Welcome to Mars.
Welcome back to Mars Radio. I'm here with my next guest. Our next guest is a singer from Oakland, California. He goes by the name of Rayven Justice. Rayven, thank you for being on the show.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, thank you. Go ahead and give an introduction to your supporters of Mars Radio and let them know who you are, what you do, and where you're from.
Mars Radio, what's up with it? My name Rayven Justice from Oakland, California. Singer, songwriter. A living king doing my thing.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And like you said, you're from Oakland, California, correct?
Yep, East Oakland to be exact.
East Oakland. Okay, so is that where you were born and raised?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what do you think of when you think of home? When you think of East Oakland, what comes to mind?
Sideshow.
Sideshows.
Immediately.
That was the quickest answer for Mars Radio. Some people just sit around and look and get out. You do right away, right?
Come on, man.
What is it about the sideshow culture that you think makes Oakland stand out as opposed to other cities that try to, do the same thing?
I ain't gonna lie, I recently just started seeing that a lot of cities be doing them. You know what I'm saying? But we just our own place, man, and it's just we just got a lot of great legends from the city. You get what I'm saying? From the hood, Keep the Sneak. Shout out Keep, man. Who just put the soil on the map in that light to where, you know what I'm saying, he shed that light on the sideshow. You know what I'm saying? Being in East Oakland. So, it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my whole, you know what I'm saying, section.
Something that comes to mind when I think of Oakland is Oakland, because I've been all around the world, and Oakland is the city with the most pride out of anywhere I've ever been. Overseas,
Definitely.
everything.
Definitely.
What do you think it is about Oakland that you guys are so prideful being from Oakland? You could damn near offend somebody saying that they're from the Bay Area instead of saying Oakland exactly.
It is like that. And I really can't tell you, man. You know what I'm saying? Just shout out to my soil. You get what I'm saying? They imprinted that in me.
Right.
So you get what I'm saying? Like it's one of the things that's unexplainable. You get what I'm saying? You got to just be from that spot, this area, to know that passion that we got. You know what I mean? Everybody I know feel that way in the whole town. So,
yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of historical things like, the Black Panthers and, you know what I mean? Just so many talented people that came out the city and shed light on our city. So it's like, you know what I mean?
For sure.
It's a lot behind it too. And we all know that. You know
like
what I mean?
Right here, about an hour and a half away, we get to see a lot. Obviously, we're not from there, so we don't get it as much, but we see it a lot. And like I said, definitely the pride. And I think that the Black Panthers and all that stuff from years back have a lot to do with it, because people from Oakland are just so prideful. It's like
definitely.
They went through such a struggle. I feel like you guys have went through such a struggle that you could see it. You wear it on your sleeve like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that 100%.
For sure. So, tell me what it was like growing up in Oakland. Did you have both parents, or did you only have one parent?
I had both parents. You know what I'm saying? Primarily my dad.
Right.
Him and my mom was going through, a separation or whatever.
Right.
I'm too young to understand what was going on. I just got to go with the flow type of
So it was like back and forth weekends and stuff like that?
type shit. You get what I'm saying? So it was a lot of that. And then I just remember my dad ended up getting full custody. And, he from Atlanta. So after he did, we ended up moving down to Atlanta for a few years. Okay. Went to school out there. You know what I'm saying? It was basically a second home of mine, for real. You know what I mean? Came back when I was in like the 4th grade. You know what I'm saying? And then shit, been here ever since. So
moving over to Atlanta for a little while, did you have to learn quick and not in California anymore?
Not exactly. I still had that passion.
Oh, okay. So you were a lot younger though too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? My mom was,
I know, because I was in California when I moved to Texas. I learned hella quick that I'm not in California no more.
I mean, well, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I had moments where I had to learn that. I ain't gonna lie. Like me thinking back now, like it was just different. You know what I'm saying? Like getting on the bus, dealing with different type of just a lifestyle.
Talking to people.
Yeah, man. Like
the language and
the
slang.
language, the way they pronunciate the words. Yeah. I was different to them.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like the alien more than anything. You know what I mean? So, it was definitely a challenge just to adapt to a new environment. But it was also dope. I learned, a lot of different things musically. You know what I'm saying? Life stuff. You know what I mean? Manners. You know what I mean?
Real big on respecting the
song. Just real big on that. You get what I mean? So I got a lot of that in me.
Yeah.
So I can spread that to, the people around me.
So you got the game and you got the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
and
what I mean?
And then later when you start doing your career and you go back there, you got ties there. People are familiar
exactly.
with you. Yeah.
Yep.
So it all works out.
Yep.
Shout out to Pops.
Always. Shout out to my dad, man.
Yeah. So what kind of teenager were you growing up when you moved back to Oakland? Were you like into sports, all about the girls in the streets? Were you the nerd? What kind of teenager were you growing up?
I was I would say I was just a kid, you know
Just
what I'm saying?
regular.
Regular kid trying to find his way,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Okay.
I was into cartoons just like any other kid. I
Yeah.
was into toys just like any other kid. I had the moments in my life.
Yeah.
Um, and then, as you get older, you start seeing, different things come
Yeah.
around.
There was a
You know what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
shit going on
A
around you.
lot of shit going,
Yeah.
especially in Oakland. So it's like,
Yeah.
you learn real quick, you gotta be on it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So from that perspective of seeing a lot of shit at an early age, right?
Yeah,
You had to make a decision what kind of life you were gonna have. Were you gonna
exactly.
go into X, Y, Z, or were you gonna just stay straight?
Yep.
What was it that made you in the direction of going the way you did instead of getting caught up in another lifestyle that would have led you a different path?
I'll just say God for one, you know what I'm saying? Because it could have been any kind of other way, you know what
For
I'm saying?
sure.
So I'm a big believer in my faith. Also, just the way I was brought up. That's why I shout out my dad all the time. Him
Right.
being from Atlanta was just a different upbringing. Being from Oakland, still, you know what I'm saying. I'm
Right.
going home to a dude that's from Atlanta,
Right.
so it just was just different. Having to deal with that, and then I don't know, man. It was just what I'm saying. I can't really explain it, but
That makes sense because we all have choices, right? And you just
yeah,
made yours based on what you thought was a good idea, and then
yeah.
obviously your parents' guidance. So it makes
Yeah,
sense,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I definitely was got it right. And then me just being more observant, I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like I was a quiet kid, so I always observed, you know, uh options. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Staying on your toes,
Staying on my toes. I'm like,
noticing.
should I do this or do that? I was
Yeah,
always that type of
some
kid.
I tell my daughter all the time is read the room.
Yeah,
Notice your surroundings. What's going on? You know what I mean?
exactly.
Don't just follow everybody what they doing.
Yep.
And it sounds like as a child growing up, as a teenager going into your manhood, that's
Hmm.
something that helped mold you into the person you are today.
Exactly.
Probably kept you out of trouble.
It
You
did.
know,
I had the option of, and I'd say this to, a lot of people around me. I had the option of, getting into the street shit. You get what I'm saying? Like it was in front of me every day.
for
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? Like I had that option. Like I knew them. Like I knew all of them. They knew me and my little brother Raymond. Shout
Right.
out my brother Rayven Justice RP.
Rest in peace.
But we was out there like that. We seen them. They was always outside. You feel me? It was easy to get into that
For
if I
sure.
really wanted that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I just saw something bigger for myself. You know what I'm saying? Always since I was a little kid. Like when I would see things on TV, like even like Mike when I was a kid, the movie Like Mike,
With Bow Wow.
Little Bow Wow.
Right.
I leave out the movie theater and I think to myself like, dang man, like he just inspired me to be large. You
For
know what I'm saying?
sure.
And I was a kid when I watched it. So I was like, dang man, I wonder, what it would be like to be like famous. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So it just always was stuck in me ever since then. And it was more and more different reasons that of pointing me in that direction. My dad always was in music, you know what I mean? Always had artists that he invested in, singers to rappers from all over the world. So that was an inspiration of his own, me being a little kid and him taking me to the studio, just like you doing with your daughter. I
Right.
was in there, you get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and watched him and observed him, you know what I'm saying? And I might have didn't want to take it serious at that point, but later in my life, I
And
did.
just the foundation that he was putting in
Exactly.
you, just letting you know, hey, this is an option, and there's different things out there other
Right.
than the life.
He definitely
Everything
planted a
ain't for
seed.
everybody.
Yeah, he definitely planted a seed
Yeah.
musically for me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I was always around it. He was for a little while when I was a kid, he was the neighborhood CD burner. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So if you needed, you know what I'm
Nice
saying?
little lick right there.
Yeah, he went and invested into one. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it burnt like 6 CDs at one time, type
Yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I was a kid, I was always helping with that.
And then you
I'm like,
got the jewel case that holds 100. So
you
what you
already know.
need? Boom, boom, boom. Page 7.
But
Boom.
I remember just seeing everybody come into our apartment, knocking on the door, and it was just a bunch of different local artists. Like, I need hey Ray, my dad named Rayven,
Right.
so he like, hey Ray, I need my album pressed up.
Well,
So we would always go in there. I think our CD burner even wrote on it, like it lasered the
oh,
words
that's
and stuff
dope.
like that. So we used to, me and my little brother used to be up in there all night burning all them
Burning
CDs.
CDs.
Man, you feel me?
Hey, you worked for this music, literally.
For real. So it's like it's always been here for me. You
For
know what I'm
sure.
saying? And later in my life, when I was, I think, eighth grade or ninth grade, I want to say, that's when I got inspired. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, Chris Brown came out and and woke me up for real. Like I was like, man, who is this nigga? Like,
for sure.
he reminded me a lot of myself for real.
Yeah,
You get
because
what I'm
he's a young
saying?
fly dude.
Yeah, you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
on TV, like I'm like, man, if he could do it, I could do that. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So let's get into that a little bit more. That was my next question. What it was that inspired you? So, like you just said, seeing somebody that looked like you, was
Hmm.
around your age, shit, could have been you.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. That's how I
Shit that
figured it.
could have been you,
As I'm
right?
watching it on TV, I'm like,
Right,
man, this could be me. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
And then, were you ever into dancing like him, or it was just the singing and entertainment that?
You know how he is in the Bay. You know,
Yeah,
we always
everybody
gonna be
dances.
going crazy. You feel me? Our
Yeah,
dancing is different. You know, we just
yeah.
moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the dancing that he's doing, I wasn't really interested in that.
The singing is what
The
caught your
singing
attention.
is what
Yeah,
caught my
the
eye.
entertainment,
Yes,
being in front of the crowd.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
that'll do it every time.
And then on top of that, I saw him live. You know what I'm saying? Like he had did the summer jam one summer when I was a kid, and that
Wow,
was the only summer jam I had ever been to. And I remember
that's all it
seeing him.
took.
That's all it took. I remember seeing him hit the moonwalk, and I was standing with my little brother, and I told him, I was like, man, we'd never come back to another one until we on that stage, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I really kept that promise, bro.
Yeah, you
Like,
don't want to come in the front door no more. You want to come in through the back.
yeah, I need to be on that
You
stage,
need
bro.
the
Like,
lanyard.
for real. And I
Yeah,
made that happen. I did my own summer jam, man, and I hit that stage, bro.
that's dope, bro.
Feel me?
Congratulations on that. And
I
way to see
appreciate it.
shit through, bro. You had a vision and you saw it through. So, um, the process of seeing Chris Brown and getting inspired. What do you remember about your early stages of actually following through and actually doing the music, like the early studio sessions or
Mhm.
writing sessions or learning the game? Once you made that decision, hey, this is something that interests me.
I mean, once I met a guy, he had his own studio, and we just locked in, bro. Like, like he was making beats. Nobody was like, rapping on his beats. We both were kind of in situations where we needed each other. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And I remember, when I met him through one of my other partners, we just clicked. You get what I'm saying? He had the beats, I had the voice. We just put it together. At that point, we just started working all the time. It was, 24 hours, you know what I'm saying, nonstop working type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just dope being able to have a studio for free. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, I
for
had the
sure.
time to mold my craft, the time to find my stuff. You know what I'm saying? And know what kind of artist I wanted to be. You know what I mean?
So, do you think that having that person to lock in with from the beginning helped you become a better artist? Because like artists nowadays, they just want to jump online, download a beat, and do it. What you did was you actually sat with somebody and built
Mm-hmm.
something, right? And I'm sure you guys were feeding off of each other. Like you said, nobody was using his beats, so he was happy to have an artist. But I'm sure he was actually happy to see a different perspective of it from the producer side, like you're
Definitely.
doing the singing. Do you
Yeah.
think that is something that you would suggest to artists, you know what I mean, trying to build their career, trying to build a name for themselves, or even just learning themselves as an artist? You think they should be doing something like that, locking in with somebody or a team or something like that, rather than just grabbing a beat online and recording it like that?
Yeah, man, I definitely feel like that. And it's a bunch of different examples of that.
Yeah,
DJ Mustard and YG.
I was just about to say that.
You know what I'm
Seriously,
saying?
Dre and Snoop,
Dre and Snoop, Gucci and uh
Zaytoven.
Zaytoven. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like it's a blueprint
Jay
that
Stalin
always
and the
works.
Mechanics.
Jay Stalin and the Mechanics. Mechanics and Keep the Sneak. Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah,
you have to work with some producers that you like. You know what I'm saying? And find your sound.
for sure.
And once you find a sound with each other, then in due time, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get better at what you're doing to the sound, and the producer gonna get better at what he doing to the sound. And it's gonna make some magical eventually. You get what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up. So in this game, obviously, there's ups,
Yeah,
right? You've seen the
definitely.
highest of the highest. Hopefully, you never see the lowest of the lowest, but you've
Hmm.
seen the highest of the highest. What is it about the music game that keeps you focused on continuing to go, even if you're not at the highest point? Because at one point, Raven Justice was the Chris Brown of Northern California, of
Hmm.
pretty much California, because
Hmm.
they was bumping you in L.A. You was on the radio over there. You
For
was doing
sure.
summer jams over there. Messing with Power 106, Charisma, and the whole Young California. So, what is it that even when you're not at the highest makes you still like, oh, you know what? I'm only one hit away. That makes you
Um,
want to keep going.
Honestly, e- everywhere I go is still the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm still Raven Justice. Nothing's changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in LA, like, they calling me a West Coast legend now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
So it's
are.
like, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
And when I hear it, it's like mind blowing to hear it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's letting me know, like, I put in my 10,000 hours. You know what I'm
10,000
saying?
hours for sure.
So it's like, I don't feel low at all.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? The only thing that I don't have right now is just the radio playing my music.
Yeah.
I got everything else still. I still got fans. I still got support. I still got connects. I still got people that that pull from the music. You get what I'm saying?
Do you think your name is still so solid and big without the radio play right now because you're coming from where you're coming from? Because Oakland artists have always been independent,
yeah,
right? They've never ever depended on radio.
ever.
So they built their name on independence and just good quality music. You think that's why your name is still what it is, being where you're
Yeah,
from?
definitely. Like all radio do is magnify you. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like it puts you in a bigger light, which is great. And I, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like I don't want it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's just politics behind the radio.
For sure.
And you know, I get asked all the time why I'm not on the radio. You feel me? So it's like that is a big key to fans. Like you got to be on the radio in order to have this, you know, magnitude of a name in a sense. You get what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people that's not on the radio. Mozzie is one of those people. You get what I'm saying? They don't play him on the radio. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, for sure. Chase Down, Filthy Rich,
It's
all
a
of our
lot of
legends.
it's a lot of greats. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you know, and it lets me know, you know, radio it only it's a machine, and you got to be your own machine. You know what I'm saying? And being from the Bay, being from Oakland, taught me that.
But something people aren't realizing, you've been on the radio, so you know that
Yeah,
radio game. If you
many
wanted to be
times.
back in that radio game, you would be able to do that yourself,
Exactly.
right? It ain't nothing but a check.
It ain't nothing but a check,
It ain't
man.
nothing but a check. So
You know what I'm
obviously,
saying?
this lane that you're doing it right now, that's what works for you, and that's what you choose to do,
Yeah.
right? Because you've already seen that side of it. If you wanted to go back over there, you could do that, right? I'm sure you could go into these labels and get a deal too, right? And then they would put you on the radio. But
I mean, it's easier said than done, I would say. But at the end of the day, you know, I live in the path of just God. You get what I'm saying? And I've been doing that since the start of my career. You feel me? Still doing that. Every day I wake up, is something brand new pops. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, and also what I learned is, you know, a lot of people, when you're not on the radio, you got people that's following your career still, and then you got people that's not. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, nothing has changed. You get what I'm saying? Like I've never stopped dropping no music. At no point. You know what I mean? This whole time it's just been nothing but songs. Like I can read you down, like, you know, me and Mozzie dropped No Choice. You get what I'm saying? Boom.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's like 15, 16 million right now.
16 million, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's
For
no
sure.
radio me. Like me and Too Short, Oaklandish. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on.
With Guap Dad.
Guap Dad, yeah. You feel me?
Yeah.
I work with Jim Jones since not being on the radio. All type of stars, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, in my opinion, I've grown more since I'm not being on the radio. Sada Baby, the list goes on, bro.
Yeah.
It's just about just, you know, people just doing the homework and just seeing, you know what I'm saying? Young and Ace, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I got catalog. I've never stopped recording. I've never stopped putting out music. You know, it's just, you know, it's just a different game now. It's a social media game. And, you know, I'm not really a social media heavy guy. Right. You know what I'm saying? I know about it enough to where I can maneuver how I do, but it's, you know, it's real more shit going on. It's TikTok now. I'm not really a TikTok savvy guy.
Snapchat, all kinds
you get what I'm
stuff.
saying? It's like it's more to just doing music, and that's really, you know, where the game's changed. In my world, it's like, you know, now you got to be more funny. Now you got to be more energetic and do all these, you know, makeover videos of movies and clips, and so you can be more interesting to people.
Quotes.
Quotes and shit. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I see a lot of that's changed now in the game that we call music. I'm just a real musician. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like more of a what is your brand able to do nowadays?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Like, instead of the music or the visuals or the talent.
Yeah. Now in the game, the music is just one little element of entertainment business. They want you to be more. It's more entertainment now. I feel
for sure.
You got to have a part of, you know, being an artist.
For sure.
You know
I definitely agree with that. Yeah. And as far as being an artist, you know, like you said, you've worked with the best of the best. Yeah. What are some of your favorite songs that stand out as far as collaborations that you did for other artists? Not your albums, like the features. What are some of your favorite features that stand out?
Some of my favorites. Let me see if I can remember some of them.
My favorite feature is "Running" with Jay Stalin.
Oh yeah, that was a banger, boy.
That one right there. You just came off hella hard, telling her, "Hey, this is what it is. I can't lie."
That's funny, been doing it because my catalog, like I said, I got so many songs I can't even keep up with them. You know what I'm saying? But just to name a few collabs, I'll say the one with Mozzie, No Choice. Oaklandish was Too Short.
That was a good video too. The one with Mozzie, I like that video.
You know what I'm saying? That was a movie. I ain't gonna lie. Yep. That was dope. Oaklandish was Too Short, and Guap Dad 4000.
Yeah, appreciate the shout out for the 209.
You
said Stockton instead of Modesto, but it's no problem. We appreciate it either way.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to throw it in there. You dig what I'm saying? I'm trying to show love everywhere, all my people, man.
Appreciate it. And the video to that one was tight. Right,
it was a dope ass movie too. We did that right in town.
Yep.
What else I got out there? It's hard to say, man. I
Yeah, you
just
got a
made
lot
too
of
many
good features,
songs,
man.
man.
Too many to remember.
Too many to
Yeah,
remember,
yeah,
man.
yeah. So, what is the recording process like for Rayven Justice? Are you the type of artist that writes everything down? Do you freestyle? Do you punch in? You just go with the moment and see where it leads?
I do a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the studio is like my playground for real. So, you know, when I was coming up, I was always into drawing, you know, and that passion moved over to music. So the same passion I got with drawing is now in my music. And when I think of music, it's just like a blank piece of paper, and that's the, you know, the beat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the canvas. And then when
Right.
I go in there and draw with my vocals, you get what I'm saying? So, you know, and you can do that in many forms. You know what I mean? Like you just said, I go in there sometimes, I freestyle some shit, or I'll go in there and punch, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Or I'll just write it and then go in there and do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like to try it in all those ways because you'll get a different piece of you
that's
each
true.
way. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
very true. Yeah. Sometimes just throwing that beat on and then just going in there and like just
And
saying
be
it,
natural. Let
you might
whatever
you might
naturally
catch a
come
lead or
out.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. So tell us about the latest project.
Oh yeah, man. The latest project is called Justice for All.
Right.
It's out everywhere on all platforms. Go stream it, go download it. We got like 15 bangers on there. It's like a roller coaster ride, like I say. It's some shit on there for the ladies, for the hood, for the club, for just a good vibe if you in the car smoking. Um, Feature wise, I got Fetty Wap on there. I got my dog Mozzie on there, and my boy OMB Peasy on there.
Yeah, that's the sheets.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know what I
we've
mean? And
been
then,
playing that one on the radio
oh yeah,
for
man,
sure.
love,
Yeah, for
bro.
sure.
And then I got my artist Surfer Solo on there as well.
That's what's up.
It's a lot of bangers, man. If y'all ain't heard it, man, go definitely tap in.
So you've been doing a lot of listening parties. We saw the one in Atlanta. We saw the one in San Jose, I believe.
Yeah.
What's the response from your supporters about the Justice for All album? How they like? How are they
Man,
enjoying it?
it's all love. Like when I was in Atlanta, it was, you know, they big on R&B, and
Yeah,
that's something I'm, you know, good at doing. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So they cater to it a lot differently than California does, the West
yeah,
Coast. You feel me? Like we know we like a little bounce. You know what I'm saying? Out there, they telling me I got to slow it down.
yeah.
You get
Slow
what
it
I'm
down
saying? And I got those. That's they on the Justice for All album.
for
So
sure.
definitely go in there and slap. But you know, it's just dope being able to do different genres. Going back to my dad being from Atlanta, just opened my mind up to try everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've had tours overseas. You know what I'm saying? I was touring in Germany for 3 months. You know what I
you
mean?
were in Germany.
Yeah,
That's what's up, bro.
3 months out there,
Sprechen dich
man.
Deutsch?
Huh?
Oh no, not yet. I lived in Germany.
I know Dankeschön.
Oh,
I think
okay,
that's
sure.
thank you. You
Yes,
get what I'm saying?
Dankeschön. Yes,
Yeah, man.
there
It
you
was
go.
just super dope out there.
How does it feel to drop a project a good 10 years after you started, and still get the response and respect from your peers and from fans and even new fans? How does it feel?
I mean, it's a blessing, man. It's dope that I could still, you know, do what I do, and it speaks to people. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing to me is just art, like I said. So, you know, it's just a blessing that because I love this shit. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? I don't just do it for the money. You know what I'm saying?
right,
I really love music, and I got a passion for it. So I'm always, never stagnant on my gift. I'm always trying to improve it. I'm always
hmm
trying to improve my songwriting. I'm always trying to improve everything.
right,
So, you know, every year that comes, I'm gonna always get better and better and better. You know what I'm saying?
for sure. That's that definitely makes sense. And then, lastly, I just wanted to end on this. You mentioned the radio politics earlier.
Hmm.
But in the Bay Area in general, there's just a lot of politics. This rapper don't fuck with this rapper. This rapper makes songs with this rapper. This
Hmm.
rapper's dissing this rapper, right?
Yeah,
I bet it's easier because you're a singer, although your name gets thrown into shit sometimes,
for
even as a
sure.
singer. How do you go ahead and navigate around that and just dip this way and dip that way and leave that shit to other people instead of getting caught up in that?
Um, like I had on every situation, even when I was young, bro. Like nothing is serious to me. You know what I'm saying? They got to be serious to me to really act or speak on the subject. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
um, I'm just a leader, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm a star for real. You
you're
feel
not
me?
dictated by other people.
It doesn't matter. It's not changing my ability to sing. It's not changing my momentum. It's not changing my, you know, my art in any fashion of way. I think about those things.
You
Like
notice
that's
the stuff though, right?
of course.
And what do you think the Bay Area as a whole needs to do to get out of that funk? I think that's holding us back. I mean, I'm not from the Bay Area, but I consider myself close enough to say us. I think if we could be a little bit more like you're saying right now, like,
Yeah.
hey, if it's not that serious, let it go. What do you think that the Bay Area can do to be a little bit stronger force in the music game than we are right now?
Again, man, I was raised by a totally different man. He's from Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So my love and compassion is a lot different than, you know, a lot of my peers in Oakland and in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? I believe in unity. You know what I'm saying? I believe in wanting to come together. I always try to do that in my own way. I even made 2 projects called R and Bay and R and Bay Volume 2. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And on that, on both those projects, I did all the hooks for all the songs, and I literally went and chose everybody that I fuck with that got a name in the Bay and put them all on the same song. You get what I'm
Unity
saying?
album.
A Unity album.
So you done your piece then.
Yeah, I'm trying my hardest. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, I respect my legends. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Whenever they tap in, I do what I got to do for
Right.
them. You know, I'm
That
loyal.
is true.
Yeah, bro, I'm loyal to the soil. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I can only do so much stuff. You get what I'm saying?
For
And
sure.
I definitely wish the Bay was, you know, more united. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just by seeing success out other cities, being able to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever change, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
We just all we grew up a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
And it's hard to break old habits.
Yeah.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean?
Anything else you want to leave your supporters and fans off with before we get into this here smoke challenge? You doing the smoke challenge today, right?
I'm for sure
Oh
finna
yeah.
do the
Okay.
smoke challenge.
Okay.
I had to be a part of that, brother.
You've heard about it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I got to be a part of it. I'm a stoner. I'm a stoner.
I'm a stoner. All
Stop
right.
playing with me.
Anything you want to leave your fans with before we get into
I
that?
do. I love y'all for one. Appreciate everybody still rocking with me and moving with me in this motherfucking world. Justice for All, the album out right now. Everywhere. Go stream that. Go grab that. And definitely tap back in with me and let me know feedback. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Feedback keep me going. It keep me shaped and it makes me better. So salute.
That's what's up. Hey, you about to tear it down tonight in Modesto, right?
Yeah, man. I'm in Modesto tonight, man, at
Yeah.
Mimosas, man. If y'all in that area, I'll see you there.
All right. Sounds
go.
good. It's Mars Radio, Rayven Justice, and we out.
Welcome to Mars.